Hello there. Welcome. So yeah, loads of you are talking about how you're now going to continue to light candles for your practice. So I always light a candle. Is it there? Yes. I always have a candle at the end of my yoga mat. I arrive down around 5 o'clock in the morning. I make my coffee and I just sit down, and the first thing I do, I light a candle. And then I think, yeah, it came from my mom. So I light a candle, and then I have some really beautiful rose oil, and I put 3 dots of rose oil on my hand. And I kind of think of all the things that I'm, inside me that I'm struggling with. And I go, oh, I am that, and I am this, and I am that. And I kind of take 3 things and I kind of just acknowledge them in myself. And then I rub my oil together, and I rub it on my hair and my face and my arms. And then I rub my feet. And I just sit there and I just give thanks for, just awareness and the kindness of being with myself in that moment. That rose thing I got from Vicky. She does, it's and ritual. Really beautiful stuff she does. She does full moon swims and all this beautiful stuff. And so she does this ritual of lighting her candle and rose. So come, today we're going to work into balancing. So we're going to be balancing in a few different ways. Should be fun. So come rest on your back and let's move. So lying on your back, your knees are bent, your feet, they're flat on the floor. And just let yourself land. Just maybe even in this moment, acknowledge all that you are. It's like in the morning when I have my 3 drops of rose oil, I accept, this I'm struggling to accept. And then I'm like, well, this I really love and accept about myself. And this, that doesn't really matter either way. And so I really pull in all the bits of me and I mix them all together. And I feel okay with the balance of all of that, which is very sweet. And just draw your lower back down and pull backwards. And then arch, breathing into your belly. So as you roll along your spine, as you feel into your spine, what is there today? How does this feel today? It's always so different, and yet so utterly the same. Nice. And then just rock your knees from side to side, just warming up into the sides bodies, the deep stretching at the wall we did yesterday. You're probably maybe feeling it now today. Nice. And then bring your feet so they're underneath your knees, and push your feet into the floor and roll up along your spine. And the main thing with this bridge is that your neck never becomes uncomfortable and your spine doesn't become uncomfortable. You'll be working into your spine, but you're never causing any discomfort that stays. If you're working your bum and it starts to ache a bit because you're working muscles, work is different than pain. Okay, so just really feel that as we move in a few moments. Super. And then rolling all the way up, and just pause there. Your arms are long beside you. Walk your feet a tiny bit closer together and then begin to march in your bridge. And I love the moment when I bring my foot back down and I transfer of weight. It's like this very satisfying chunk into the leg that I'm just standing on. You just feel that through your body. How do you transfer your weight from one leg to the other leg? So you can continue with your knees bent, or you can stretch your leg long and bend your knee. Stretch your leg long, bend your knee. And again, just keep the moment of the transfer of weight in your awareness. Swing. Don't straighten your leg if that doesn't feel comfortable. Make the movement smaller if you need to slow down. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Now drop the right bum down and keep the right bum low and lift the left hip up. So we went at a slant. Drop the left bum down. Keep the left bum low as you lift up. So you're tilting your bridge. So drop down the right, lift, Drop down the left, lift, and drop down the right, lift. And really feel like you're, like, I love the feeling of shining a barrel in front of my belly because I'm rolling from side to side. And it's like this whoosh, like a little rainbow with my hips. Whoosh. And one more time, whoosh. Super. Bring your bum to the floor. Cool. Lift your hips up. This is normal bridge. Lowering down, and then step your feet one footprint away, one step away, and then rolling up. Down. Use the other foot to step forward. I always step forward with my right first. I have to tell myself, lift your hips up. Maybe that's enough for you, or step your feet a little bit more so it's only your heels. Lift, lower down, and then let your legs completely straighten. And either just squeeze your bum or squeeze your bum and lift your bum off the floor. So your heels are really super strong and your bum is hovering just above the floor. Find the version of that that suits you. And then drop your bum, relax. Push your heels down, lift your bum. Remember, there's effort and then there's pain. So you're efforting at the moment, but there's no pain. And lowering down. Nice, one more time. Push your heels into the floor, your legs are straight, and then boing, lift your hips up off the floor. And lowering down. Walk your feet in one step. Lift. Walk your feet in one step. Lift. Walk your feet even closer. So I'm coming up onto my toes and then dropping the heels down. So I feel like my knees are being really squished because my heels are near my bum. And lift. Super cool. Lower all the way down. Bring your feet underneath your knees. Reach your arms out to the side and glide into the gliding twist. Just really let that massage out the effort of your bridges, the effort into your buttocks, your thighs, your belly. Just massaging, connecting, deepening. Nice. And draw your knees up towards you. Keep your elbows on the floor, and then we're going to do smiley knees. So let your knees swing up towards the right shoulder, and then away so that your knees are over your hips, and then up towards the left shoulder. And then make it into a big smiley. You can't have your hands on your knees. I don't like hands on knees as much because then my shoulders are doing stuff. Whereas I'm really trying that it's just this sense of massaging across the lower back. Smiley knees to the left, smiley knees to the right. Maybe have smiley on your face as well. I'm really fascinated by that change of state I was talking about last week, where you laugh out loud. And, I was doing it again yesterday. Something happened and I could really feel the stress of what was happening for me. And I went out in the garden and I felt like such an idiot. I was like, oh my God, like only the chickens could see me, thank God. And I was laughing and I was like, this is just so stupid. I feel so stupid. And then I just kept going, and then I could feel the change in state. I could feel, something's just changed. I've gone from feeling that grip on me to feeling actually so much lighter and free. And so I'm going to keep laughing to myself out in the field. So come all the way over and come up into your cat pose. All the way over. So step outside, laugh to yourself. It is amazing for down-regulating stress, for changing anger states or irritation states. We're all more stressed at the moment. So acknowledge that getting outside and laughing, or even going into the bathroom and laughing, is a really good thing. So tuck your toes under and push back into your downward dog. So you may feel warmth all down through your back at the moment because we really rolled into our backs. Just feel that. The length of you, the stretch of you. Heels are pulling back, hands are pushing down. Nice. Bend your knees and let your knees come down till they tap the floor. Stretch back. Bend your knees, let them come down till they tap the floor. Stretch back. Nice. Drop both knees down and then walk both knees over towards the right side of your mat and drop your left bum down to the floor. And then come back up again. And just do that a few times. And go slowly So you hear the moment of connection through the rib cage. For me, there's something really deep and wonderful that happens in the pushing of my left hand into the floor. Nice. Bring both knees to the center and then over towards the left, and then drop your bum down towards the right. So both knees are on the left side of your mat and dropping down, and then feel that push of your right hand and the lift of the side of your belly on the right. And just notice what happens in your rib cage. How does this work for you? Nice. Come back to center. Nice. So lift your knees off the floor. So if the last version felt strong enough for you, then stay at the last version. Otherwise, lift your knees up and turn your knees towards the right, and then drop your left bum down to the floor. So my bum was floating, and then I let it land. And then come back up, knees floating. Turn your knees towards the left and drop your bum down. And come back up. One more time each side. Turn your knees to the right. Drop your left bum down. Come back up. Turn your knees to the left. Drop your right bum down. And come all the way up. Stretch back into your downward dog. Find your depth, your connection. Nice. And then walk all the way forward to the front of your mat and roll all the way up. Nice. Front of your mat, standing tall, and reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees, hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. So listen to your spine and your body as you move. Lengthen the right leg up and back behind you. Pause there. Let your toe touch the floor. Lengthen the right leg up and back. Touch the floor. One more time. Lengthen your leg up and back. And then step back into your lunge. Really sink into your lunge. Step back into your plank. And drop your knees to the floor. Lower your belly all the way down. Keep your hands so they're on the floor beside you. And then lift the right thigh and point your toe and lift your leg off the floor. Lift the left thigh. And like you're swimming or... Oh, this is like swimming. This is very like swimming, kind of. Just lift one leg. And you're allowing your body to rock a bit as you do it. So you're letting the front of your hip also lengthen and open. You're just lengthening into the belly. Nice. Bring your elbows to the floor or your hands to the floor. Push back. And push back, downward dog. Nice. Walk slowly forward to the front of your mat. Rolling all the way up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your left foot back. Touch the floor with your toes. Lift it up and back. Toes, up and back. Toes, and then stretch it back. Lunge. Step it back. Plank. Knees to the floor, lower all the way down. Keep your hands beside your chest and lift one leg. And the other leg. One leg. The other leg. So we're going to try something out here. So bend your right knee a little bit, just a little bit, so your foot is off the floor, and then lift the left foot up and just put the left leg into the sole of the right foot. So you've got kind of a little shelf and you go, oh look, I'm holding onto the ankle to begin with. And if that feels strong enough, stay there, or you can move to the calf, or you can move to the knee. But if you're doing the knee, make sure your back feels okay with this. Push your hands into the floor, point through your toes. Nice. Release. Same on the other side. So bend your left knee just a little bit and bring the right ankle to rest into your foot. If that feels strong enough, stay there. Or mid-calf, mid-shin. Or knee-thigh. Pushing your hands down and lengthen through your toes. Nice. Lowering all the way down. Push back. And push all the way back. Downward dog. Stretch the left foot up towards the ceiling. And then slowly walk all the way forward to the front of your mat. And come all the way up. Nice, just roll out through your shoulders. So, balancing. So, standing in the middle of your mat. And it's not about the shapes you make, it's the directions you're reaching in is important. So, I don't really care truly what your body looks like because you'll find your optimum way of doing this. So, I'll give a few instructions in the beginning. So, bring your left hand to your left knee and reach your right leg behind you and touch the floor with your right hand. Okay? And then come all the way up to stand. If you want to, you can have your arm near a wall or a chair for this. Okay? So just reaching forward, touch the floor in front of you, or you can just reach forward and touch a chair in front of you. Okay? So you're just touching an object just in front of you and you're lifting your leg out behind you. Okay? Great. And then you go, oh, I dropped something and it's on the left-hand side. So you reach for something on the left-hand side and you go, oh, look at that. I can reach for something on the left-hand side. And then you can start either keeping your hands left-hand side again, both hands come down. Ooh. So you're trying to notice, reach forward both hands. How do you balance your body using your leg? Reach over towards the right. So go slowly. How would you keep your right foot in the air and reach over towards right? My right leg is going towards the left to counterbalance me. Touch the floor if you need to, of course. And then come all the way back up. Nice. Reach your left hand down towards the left. How would you do that? Nice. And then bring your foot to the floor. Other side. Lift your left foot off the floor. Right hand, right knee. Reach your left hand forward. And come back up. Again, use the wall, use a chair. Get creative. Find your way of doing this. Left hand forward. One more time. Left hand forward. And then you have dropped something over towards the right. So left hand goes right. And coming back. And then both hands go right. Both hands go forward. Do crazy arms as much as you need to. Like just find your balance. Like, you'll be wobbling all over the place. Balance isn't still. It's very dynamic. Both hands to the left. How do you go left here? My left leg is going deeply towards the right to do this. And then come back up. And come to stand. So just take that right leg. You can hold onto the wall if you want to. And just swing it so it's the toe lands on the baby toe side of your left foot. And then the other way around. So swing your leg all the way in front. And then all the way behind. Just small movement all the way in front. And then all the way behind. And now stay there. Or begin to swing your leg a little bit more. So all the way across one way. And how would you stretch your leg as far out and away as you can? So what's the biggest circle you can make with your toes? Again. Super. All the way up. Left leg, just cross it over. Cross it back. Cross it over. And start to make big. All the way back, over. And all the way around. One more time. All the way. As big a circle as you can. Nice. Now come stand beside the wall. So bring your right hand to the wall and you're standing quite close to it. Bring your both hands then, bring the left arm across and then the right arm across. And just round your back forward. Some rounding in the back. And then keep your chin tucked in and just lift the chest and draw your elbows. Keep your elbows on your chest, but lift your chest as high towards the ceiling as you can. And again, rounding down. Now then standing and lifting your chest, not your chin. You don't lift your elbows off your chest. You're really sticking your chest forward. One more time, running down. And then lift. And then just draw a circle with your shoulders. Just 2 in one direction. And then 2 in the other direction. Nice, so this is where it gets a bit nuts. Bring your right hand to the wall. Take your left foot and cross it over so that your left thigh is over the top of your left and my toes are on the floor. So I'm touching the floor with my toes. I'm going to come closer. So my toe is on the floor and I'm touching with my toe. And that way, if I want to balance, all I do is flex my foot. I don't have to find my balance anyway other than whoop, lift your toe and drop. So, left leg's across. Keep your hand on your chest. Your left hand is across, and then round your back forward. Right hand is on the wall. And then rising, lift your chest. Keep your chin tucked in. So you're arching the back. Rounding forward. You can take your right hand off the wall if you wish. You can lift your left toes off the floor if you wish. But they're close, so they can always stabilize. They're like little stabilizers. Forward. And back. And now, keeping your hand on the wall in the beginning, or try it without your hand. Definitely keep your toe on the floor. Begin to roll into a circle. That you really mobilize your torso and then roll in the other direction. Having your hand on the wall is awesome. Having your toe on the floor. Nice. Sit deeply down and deeper, deeper, deeper. Lift your chest. Stick out your bum. Nice. Come all the way up. Other side. Left hand to the wall. Nice. And then cross your right hand across your chest. Cross your right foot across so your toes on the floor. Nice. And then rounding forward. Hand is on the wall. Rising up. Arch your back, lift your chest. Keep your chin tucked in. Rounding forward. Maybe you take your hand off the wall. And lift your chest. Keep your chin tucked in. One more time. Rounding forward. Lift your chest. Chin tucked in. Begin to roll. Again, have your hand on the wall. Have your toes on the floor. What you're trying to work out is what support do I need to make this movement? Maybe you have to have 2 feet flat on the floor. Awesome. Doesn't matter. Change direction. Amazing. Come all the way back up. And just roll down through your spine. Just simple roll forward. And then when you come all the way up, reach your arms wide. Bring your palms so they face up and forward. Knocking down the Christmas tree again. Rounding forward. And then rise. Reach your arms wide. And just pause there. Arms are wide. Chest is open. You're looking up and out. I have that sense that, all of us are doing this together right now. That sense of that rising, that opening, that reaching. Just connect. Nice. Lower your arms down and come rest into your child's pose all the way down. Finding the way that you do this. So balancing is so challenging in so many ways. So you have to stabilize so much. So stabilization is contraction of a muscle. So usually your heart beats a lot more when we balance because there's deep engagement in those muscles. And for deep engagement, that means there's blood in that muscle. So just feel that. How does the sense of your heartbeat feel right now? The sense of the effort you created in your body. And then the payoff, which is those incredible hope molecules. So those of you who weren't here on day one when I explained what hope molecules are, there's this amazing book called The Joy of Movement. And it talked about how when we create effort in our body, our muscles actually release a hormone. And the hormone, so the muscles actually become like an endocrine gland, as such, not a gland, but an endocrine organ. And as the muscles are released, as the hormone is released, it actually travels up into the brain, and it's I don't know how to say this word, an endocannabinoid. And so it's like very euphoric and really very positive and very engaging. It's like how we engage with the world, that endocannabinoid helps. It helps with social engagement, connection, positivity, and they call it the hope molecule. So when you move, you create positivity in your body. So moving in your yoga, making sure you get to your walk, going for your swim, getting out cycling, doing something that you feel that you engage with your body during the day is incredibly stress relieving for the movement, but also you get this payoff, which is some endocannabinoids, if that's the word you use. So slowly coming up, just know that you are awesome. You did it again, your yoga practice, or maybe this is the first day you've ever done it. Amazing.
Just connecting through the long of you. How wonderful.
Great. So day 20 tomorrow. So yeah, we're rocking through flow. It's quite amazing. And so what do you think of flow so far? I'm loving it. I love it. I love it. I love flow. So great. I will see you all tomorrow. Be well. Keep moving to be well and connect and breathe. Always good. Oh, and go out laughing in the field. It's very therapeutic.